Thank you for tuning into Duck Bricks. I'm Chris, and, well, Merry Christmas. As today's Christmas special, I will be showcasing my annual 2020 LEGO Winter Village, which features every single LEGO Winter Village set, along with some of these special Chinese New Year themed sets from last year. So let's dive in and take a look. Alright, so entering the village, you can see I've made use of the Chinese New Year's gate here. I usually try to theme my winter villages in previous years over different architectural styles. So last year was more of a European focus, a certain year I had a Japanese and Ninjago focus, and this time I am doing a Chinese New Year focus to show off the very excellent LEGO Chinese New Year sets. What I really like about this gate is that it perfectly reflects kind of the main temple or awning archway back in this back area here, but it kind of shows a lead into the village as a gateway here. And what's really nice is the snow can really fall pretty well alongside these buildings here and really kind of showcase how well the roof work is done on this. So I think it makes for a very nice centerpiece of this year's village. We of course have a winter train that's an amalgamation of multiple different years of winter trains. So we've got the passenger car from the first winter train, I believe it was 2007 or 2008, where we got the very first one, although I have retrofitted it to include a motor and remote box. But I also have some of these stuff from the newer winter train from 2016, and of course the winter train station from the following year is displayed here as well. Wrapping all the way around here, one of the nicest things about this train is that the tree, if you can actually get the wheels moving, a cool feature of it is that the tree spins as the wheels move along the tracks, which is a really unique feature, one that doesn't work too well, especially on these tracks, but it does its best. And of course the caboose is from this same line as well. Moving into the main square here, I have put the Winter Village Fair, so you can see that this was the carousel, which obviously is fully operational with the crank, although I have temporarily paused its operation to include some of the lights on the bottom, which you can see here, which does actually stand out and look a lot better when the lights are off. And then I've kind of scattered around the Chinese New Year stalls from the market, which came out early this year / late last year. You can see that there's some sort of celebration going on right here, as well as one of the alternate stalls in this other area to kind of just keep up with the theme and not make it just centered towards this middle area here. Of course, in the main courtyard area, there is a traditional lion dance festival going on where you can see the performers are directing them to the beat of the music up front, and multiple figures are on display right here with some watching. The figure that is watching is actually one of these special new winter figures from this year's 2020 Build a Minifigure line. You can see that it has arm printing along the side of the sweater there, which is something I find to be very special, something really cool that not a lot of figures get, although this particular torso will actually be included in this year's 2021 Winter Village sets, which of course don't come out until 2021, so I do not have them here yet. So I guess this figure is a bit of a sneak preview as to what's coming. It's actually pretty rare that a minifigure component will appear prominently in the Build a Minifigure packs before appearing in a set, but then again, this is the LEGO extended line, so anything can happen. I have the original family from the Chinese New Year set kind of displayed up in the front here, as well as some of the other figures just off to the side. And before we move on to the back here, I also have the Winter Village Firehouse tucked away in this corner, and I actually do have the associated fire truck all the way in the corner here, almost like as if it's parked at someone's house. Going all the way around here, I've left the door open so you can kind of see inside, and of course if you press down on the light brick here, you can actually illuminate the spot and make it look like there's a light shining through the window, which is actually a really cool effect. Moving on to this area here, we are featuring some of the older classic Winter Village buildings. We've got the Winter Village Bakery here, which if you push the light brick, it kind of faintly lights up on the front there. You can see right there on the bakery end of things. And then of course we have the Winter Village Post Office, which has another corresponding light brick to make this front of the window space light up a little bit right here. I have the newer skating park from the Firehouse headquarters here. That's the Firehouse there, and then this is the skate park. But I've also included a little nod to duck bricks. I know this is supposed to be the Easter chick figure, but yeah, it's close enough to a duck, so that's why he's there. One of the interesting things I did with the lights here is that I've actually strung up just cheap LED lights that are made for winter villages like this. and I've just kind of stuck them into the pegs of some of these lamps and actually make it look like the lamps are the ones generating light, which if you turn the lights off, again, the effect is sold a lot better, but if you do ignore the wire, it does look pretty good. And you can even see alongside the Firehouse here, I've done the same thing with this light right here, and so on. So there's that. Moving on here, we have the Winter Village Cottage, which the layer of snow on this cottage here is a little bit thicker than some of the other buildings, but it doesn't stand out too much. It does look very festive and wintry, and I absolutely love this present carrying truck here, so I put it kind of smack in the middle as if it's driving along delivering some presents here. Moving upwards, we have the Winter Village Toy Store. This is the original version that first came out several years back. They actually re-released it. It was basically identical to this version, except they actually changed around the archway here, and I believe these were made in dark green instead of gray. But I only have the original version. This is what it is. It's actually the only Winter Village that I did not bother getting because obviously it's identical to the old one, so I felt no need to get it for that year. I'm actually kind of curious as to what was going on in the behind the scenes to get a direct re-release of an old Winter Village set, but there it is. It's essentially the same as if you were to get the newer one. And then as we move up to here, we have some of the more fantastical sets, which aren't just traditional Winter Village stuff, but actually fit in a more fairy tale setting. So of course, a large-scale gingerbread house. We have the Elf Clubhouse, which is new for this year of 2020, featuring the excellent new deer, which first debuted in the Harry Potter sets as a Patronus stag. And of course, up at the very top, what else could it be? Santa's workshop alongside his sleigh. Now, I'd really love to see a baby reindeer mold to go alongside this new reindeer build, but I guess one can dream. I also have the tree, which was actually a GWP from last year, Christmas 2019. This was a free gift with purchase if you bought a specific limit. If I recall correctly, it was during Black Friday, so kind of just an interesting one here. I actually felt like it really fit alongside this building here. And I do have several other trees scattered about too, so I believe this one did come with the Elf Clubhouse. This one was either from the Firehouse right here or one of the other buildings. And of course, this one actually did come with the gingerbread house itself, which is actually one of my favorite Winter Village pieces. I think it just looks really well aesthetically and overall. Moving around, we have a few Easter eggs scattered around. You can see the original mascot of the Lego Club, and I believe he actually still is, Max, kind of lurking around the corner there. He's just a funny looking minifigure. I had to include him in this winter scene. And just a few other stuff, some nods to Star Wars with the Santa Porg over here, as well as the Mandalorian Din Djarin and Baby Grogu, which you can see all the way up in the front here, and was also featured in my Christmas video where I actually animated Grogu to walk around and do funny noises. But now I'm going to turn the lights off and let you enjoy the scenery of this village from the dark. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and again, I hope your stockings are filled with Lego and you had a very Merry Christmas. I'll see you next time. Thanks and bye-bye for now.